Let's talk about grip. The only connection you have to your disc is your hand. So this is the very, very important part of throwing a mid-range very well, is having a nice solid grip, not too stiff, definitely not too loose, but making sure you have your hands spread out on the disc. For me personally, there's many grips you can use on any disc, especially mid-range because the rim is smaller. I prefer a modified fan grip. My pointer finger, my pinky finger are tucked. My middle two fingers are out in the middle, kind of for some balance. My thumb would be out here in the middle, kind of like this, a little off of the rim. That way I can use my wrist efficiently. So when you're gripping the disc, again, you don't want it to be too firm where someone can't take it out of your hand, but you don't want it to feel like it could fall out at any moment. The grip is the only connection we have to the disc, so let's make sure it's dialed in. All right, so if I were to teach you how to take the grip, I would hold the disc like this, kind of hanging on your pointer finger, and I would close your hand right around the disc, leaving these two fingers out here in the middle to kind of stabilize the disc. That way you have more leverage over the disc. You always want to tuck your pointer finger and your pinky finger into the rim in order to ensure you have a nice solid grip. These out to stabilize. On the other side, my thumb, I don't want it too close to the rim, but I don't want it way too wide where it starts not being able to use my hand as efficiently. So I'm going to put it right out here, about 1.5 inches off of the rim of the disc, and that's what's most comfortable for me. All right, so when throwing a power grip with a mid-range, I would definitely suggest wrapping all of your fingers under the rim. What that's going to do, that's going to get you theoretically more power, more spin. The only disadvantage I feel like is what stops me from doing that is the ability to then control a disc as well. It's a smaller rim disc, and a lot of these mid-ranges are pretty straight to understable, especially the ones I throw. I'm not really ripping on too much of an overstable disc, so when you start using that power grip, it becomes a lot easier to maybe get offline a little bit. If you have small hands, you're a kid, anything like that, the power grip is definitely going to be easier for you to hold the disc and have a firm grip. As you grow up, maybe your hands get a little bigger, whatever, I would definitely suggest working a fan grip more into your mid-range and putter game. Once you get into fairway drivers and drivers, much less important to only throw with the fan grip. But for me, I definitely would prefer fan grip, but any type of power grip, whether it's 4-finger or 3-finger, is very acceptable as long as you can control it. So if I were to have a power grip over this disc, I would hang it here, and I would close my 3 fingers around it, tucking in my pinky. That's just how I've always thrown a power grip. I don't use a 4-finger power grip. So that 3-finger power grip is what I would use. And on the power grip, my thumb does get spread out a little bit more to the middle of the disc because I no longer have my 2 bottom fingers stabilizing it. So I use my thumb as a little bit more of a stabilizer to have a little more control over the disc.